Some of you are getting really personal in the comments, and I love that. And then some of you act as if other brands have helped you out in life. I mean, when I say something bad about Stylecraft, which will always be true, some of you act as if I have just said something bad about your mother. Remember, Stylecraft don't even know who you are. But don't get me wrong, every motherfucker is entitled to their opinion, and we will continue to keep it that way. Because unlike other brands, if you mention any other brand, they block you and kick you out. We encourage your opinions. So today my producers rang me up and said people are loving your reaction videos. I said fuck it if it's what they want, let's do some more. So sit back and relax. Dim the lights, open that beer you shouldn't really have, and enjoy me listening to the most spoiled barber in American history, giving us life lessons on how to become rich and successful. I can't wait to hear what he says on this. And by the way, I want to know what's a yearly salary for a barber in your state? Let me know in the comments. Because barbers are trying to say they are making crazy money now, and I just don't know what to believe anymore. So without further ado, let's get into this.
Oh, crying. I'm really just a dickhead. Don't act like you don't know me. This camp deserve a trophy. Baby, they know me straight. Do the most crying in history. Power potent, go show up. This camera clip, let's blow up. It's bossy, oh, crying. 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 Bossy, oh, crying.
Today I will be sharing 10 secrets pro barbers won't dare to tell you. And before we get on to this video, I just want to say I'm being completely transparent with you guys because I feel like a lot of beginner barbers get this misconception of the whole game. Now, as a pro barber myself, I'd like to say there's a lot of things happening behind the curtain and it's not actually.
Who the fuck actually calls themselves a pro barber? Let me know in the comments. I call myself a barber, that's it. Here's some geeks say master barber or hairstylist. What do you say? Let me know now.
What it seems sometimes. Now, the first point I gotta make is editing. Now, I'm here to tell you that your favorite barber might be editing their pictures using some kind of software to enhance the look of the haircut. So don't believe everything you see on social media because it's really not what it seems. Like, some people might enhance the crap out of their pictures and then like in person you're like, bruh, like I thought it was like this, but it's actually like this. So yeah, don't believe everything that you see on the internet. Don't believe everything you see on social media. It's just a game.
Is that why you always go cry when anyone disagrees with what you say? I have a feeling this guy is going to be the biggest hypocrite ever in this video. Seriously, is Marty Amish a Russian? I can't help but keep thinking this ever since I realized he has shaven off his mustache.
And I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad thing to edit your pictures because if I'm being completely honest with you guys, I edit mine. Well, my editor edits.
Oh, Marty, how could you? We had no idea.
Mine. And what we really have to do is make sure everything is so crispy and have that perfect picture in order to actually put it out there. I'm not gonna just take a picture from my phone and just like boom. No, everything has to be coming from a camera to the actual lighting and all that. It takes a bunch to get such a good picture. Why do you pay a photographer when you could actually just use it from your phone? Yeah, to have a better, crispier image of.
Yeah, I totally agree. Every barber should hire a photographer. Now you're making sense, Marty. I think we should have a servant wait at the toilet also to wipe our asses when we go to the toilet. Get the fuck out of here.
What it is you're trying to take a picture of. Yeah, that's basically how it works. But just know that your favorite barber might be going home, editing all that, and then putting it out there, and then you get inspired, which is not a bad thing. Again, it's not a bad thing. It's just, if anything, you should get inspired because he did all that work just to put out one single picture. I felt like you guys needed to hear this. Now, next up, we got time. And what I mean by time is that it's not gonna take you a couple days or months to perfect this craft. It's gonna take you years. This craft is just like anything else.
Hold on, let me just write this down. It will take me years to become a barber. Okay, got it. Thanks, Marty. This is great advice.
And if you want to get really good at something, you have to be practicing and stay motivated, right? Same thing with barbering. You have to be consistently cutting hair in order to get better. And just like anything else, if you have full attention towards your craft, you will get further than the others. What a lot of barbers don't tell you is that it takes years to perfect this game because of the fact that there is such thing as fading, there's such thing as regular haircuts, there's such thing as cutting, maybe even women's hair. That's just the cutting part.
Hold up. Now, the last time I checked, barbering was its own trade. And if you're a man or woman wanting haircuts that barbers provide, that's all good. But don't ladies type haircuts mean you're a fucking hairdresser? Someone in the comments let me know. If you're a barber, surely you don't need to learn how to cut long-haired, lady-style haircuts. If some woman comes into my shop and asks me how to cut her hair, I will say sorry. No can do. but I can give you a high skin fade.
There is no such thing as dyeing yet. Designs, there's perms, there's so much in the industry that you can learn, and it's gonna take you a whole lot of time. You're not gonna learn it in a couple days or weeks. And I'm not necessarily saying it's not achievable to do all the above, but it's gonna take you a lot of time. Like, I'm not being negative, but let's just say you really need to be
You're totally being negative. You're basically telling everyone not to be a barber because it takes time.
patient and work towards whatever you want. If it's whether you want nice lineups, nice tops, nice fading, nice designs, you're gonna have to work towards it for a very long time, and it's gonna take multiple heads. So yeah, patience. Now the third one I've mentioned so much, and that is money. Now I don't want you guys to start thinking negative towards the industry or myself, but this thought of becoming a millionaire from just cutting is a big no. Like, it's very, very rare. And I'm gonna explain why, don't worry. So I'm just gonna start this off by, if you truly believe it, then it can be achievable, right? Now I'm not saying there's no chances of becoming a millionaire off cutting, but it's gonna take a very long time to become a millionaire from just cutting. Now I feel like this subject isn't really brought up because we all wanna feel like we're balling when we're working hard, because I know barbers really—
Okay, now this is fucking stupid. So most people who would have watched this video are barbers. And we all know we won't be millionaires cutting hair. But that doesn't mean we can't have a good life doing what we enjoy. But this fucking idiot is trying to pretend like he is some retired old man who has made millions and can give us his life experience and tips. Oh no, we won't be millionaires cutting hair. Better hang up them shears and go back to college and start practicing brain surgery. Fucking idiot.
do work hard, and they stay in the shop for multiple hours and just every day just working. But in reality, if you really want to make money, this is definitely not like a crazy industry to make millions of dollars, unless you're a CEO of like a specific company that makes hair products or just some type of machines, or you have to be selling some sort of product in order to get something really big in return. So yeah. Now, for example, if you don't believe me yet, let's go over some numbers that you would have to reach in order to become a millionaire from just cutting hair. So let's go. So let's say we have this barber that charges $100 a haircut and cuts 8 people a day, which roughly means he makes about $800 a day, right? He's making $800 a day, working 6 days out of the week, because let's just say he has a day off. Now he makes $4,800 a week, times 4, because there's 4 weeks in a month, which will get you $19,200 a month. You times that by 12 and it gets you around $230,000 a year. It'll take you about 5 years to become that full f***ing—
How fucking spoiled is this brat? I don't give a fuck if you're from New York or London or fucking Tokyo. If you're making $250,000 a year, you're rich. You're going to be able to buy whatever you want. You will have a good life. Please someone call Jake Paul and ask him to knock me out, because I'm confused. Are people not happy with this income? Let me know in the comments, do you make this money?
millionaire that you want to be from just cutting hair, saving every f***ing penny and dollar. Like, if you have no expenses. If you're charging 100, you definitely have some expenses from like the shop or the chair you rent, I don't know, light that you have to, car, I don't know, anything, dude. It's not ideal for someone to just make millions off just cutting hair, and that's what I'm here to tell you guys. I'm being transparent with you guys.
Guys, he is so fair and transparent. I mean, paying bills and paying for your own food. It's fucking disgraceful. We should all just stay at home and have our parents rent us out studios and buy us clothes and give us pocket money until they die. That's the only fair way we should all be living. I think I'm going to move home tomorrow and just refuse to spend any money. Who's with me?
Fourth, we have barber school, and I needed to add this one because a lot of barbers will tell you like, oh, go to barber school and whatnot. But when I say the word barber school, I know out of the top of your head, you're just like, oh yeah, they're gonna teach me how to cut hair. But in reality, you really have to go through barber school because there is a lot of things you need to know about disinfection and sanitization in order for you to go on into the real world, so you won't spread like diseases or infections and all that. Yes, they are gonna throw you a machine. They're gonna teach you a little bit.
He can't even name one disease from barbering. I'm not here to teach you guys anything, but ringworm is one. For some of you know-it-alls who will be like, Toad, you don't even know any. I could name about 5 others. But if you're spoiled and your parents get you a new clipper after each haircut, don't worry, you won't have to clean your tools.
Bit of fading, a little bit of cutting, a little bit of perming, a little bit of manicure. I've gone through all of it, and if you really pay attention to your state board exam, there's really one section that they prioritize, and it's one of the first ones, and it's disinfecting. Now, if you're licensed, you definitely know what I'm talking about, because when you get tested on how to disinfect everything, and that is the most important part throughout the whole test. They don't even care how you cut hair, like they don't really.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you guys how to pass barbering school. You get a bottle of clipper side, then you take the lid off it and spray your clipper. That's it. Congratulations. You just passed barber college.
Ask for too much. They ask for like a freehand technique and some clipper over comb, but that's basically it. They want to see if you're clean with your things, and that is about it. And for your information, I'm not bashing barber school at all. I think it is something you definitely have to attend in order to be a barber. If you really want to know how to fade, go to seminars, watch a lot of tutorials, and just get online classes. It's really that easy. You just have to watch online, watch videos, and you'll just get better over time. Now the fifth one, and I hate to tell you guys because it's so negative and like I don't want to come across this subject, but I personally deal with it a lot, and that is anxiety. There is definitely problems outside of work, right? Just like anything else. So I'm literally comparing it to like just any other job. Yes, I do love it. I personally do love it, and I love what I do, but I'm here to tell you guys that you're gonna have to deal with outside problems coming into your work life, because when you have a client on your chair and you have 5 more and you get a phone call like, oh, this is happening on at your house or something like that, or oh, you have to go do this after and it's not gonna be open, you start wanting to.
Okay, before anyone starts to panic, let me tell you all, this is called the real world. This happens no matter what you do. And if you do get this emergency phone call, you tell your client something bad has come up, I will reschedule you this week. Problem solved. Anything else is just him trying to make the real world sound hard, because he is spoiled. I would not take advice from this guy with the real world ever. Unless you are spoiled, then things will naturally be super easy. But if you're like 99% of us, and a problem occurs, don't worry, everything can be fixed.
Rush haircuts, and you start wanting to like just like do the outside things, or it creates some type of anxiety if you're really dedicated, because you have to be there standing for 12, 15 hours a day. Like honestly, I've gone through those specific points in my life where I'm just cutting from morning to night every single day for like a month, 2 months.
Oh, Marty, you poor soul. You had to work as a barber for 2 months. I hope you had a speedy recovery. Poor guy.
With no rest day, and there was specific points in my life where I couldn't even go to the bank to get something secured because I was so committed to having like this much money throughout a week. Now my 6th topic is enhancements, and I know a lot of barbers don't want to go over this, but it's time to just reveal the truth, and your favorite barber probably uses enhancements. I know it doesn't seem like it. They might say they don't, but they do. If I'm being completely honest with you guys, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I've used them, sometimes not on like...
Oh well, if Marty used enhancements, then it's all fine. Thank God for that. I was afraid to say anything, but now Marty says it's cool. Okay everyone, you can come out from hiding now. Marty says it's all good. Fucking idiot! I never use them. If you do, that's fine. Who gives a fuck? If you don't, your haircuts will be faster and you make more money.
You don't need the nicest tools. Now, don't get me wrong, the power, the blade, the aesthetic of the actual machine, the way you're gonna grip it, everybody has their own preferences, and yes, you might wanna get this machine, I like this machine, whatever, so-and-so, right? The thing is, you don't need the fanciest tools to create a haircut. Now, if you really think about it, there's 2 blades just moving alongside each other, and that is about it. That's all clipper really is. The power and all that is determined from whatever is inside, but get comfortable with what you have, with what you like. If you have the opportunity to use one of your friends' clippers and they lend them to you and you really like them, then yes, buy them. But the nicest tools don't give you the nicest fades. It's whatever you like and what you think works the best.
Wow. So this guy has spent his whole career telling you guys what's the best machine and slating out brands on his channel. But now, none of that matters? This guy is a class I bullshitter. This approach of I'm this nice easygoing guy doesn't fool anyone. It actually pisses me off and makes me mad. How can someone be that fake? Let me know in the comments. Is he talking bullshit? Or is he sweetie nice guy who cares about everyone?
Now the next one I have on the list is clients. And what I mean by clients is that clients do not care about you. I'm not speaking for everybody, but I'm speaking for most clients. And if I'm being honest with you guys, they're not like your mom and your dad or your siblings where they really care about you, right? I'm not talking about that kind of care. There is some clients that will bring you food and they will say, okay, you could move me to this certain time and all that. If you do not show up and if you talk to them a certain way that they don't want and all that, they'll leave you. And the main reason I came across this subject that they don't care about you is because when you're trying to get a break, there is someone texting you like, yo, do you have time for this? Yo, do you have an appointment at 2 because I need a fucking haircut? And like everybody is just there because of their convenience. And obviously you get some money in return, but they care about your specific type of artwork and stuff like that. But do they know what kind of problems you're facing other than that? Like they'll hear you out because you mention them. But like if you just met this guy out of nowhere and like he comes in and he's being just like blunt as hell and he leaves and he comes back every time and then you tell him like, oh, I'm not gonna show up this day. He'll be like, okay, this dude, I'm going to the barber. Like they don't.
I can't believe this. I actually found something I agree with Marty on. Now, I can't have the same feeling towards my family that he does because his shower him in money and gifts constantly. But what he says about clients is true. We are servants to them, and if we can't provide, they will fuck off and go somewhere else.
My 9th topic is communication skills. Now, communication skills are very, very important as a barber, and I feel like if you're really timid, there is a way to become a barber and just become a fucking beast, but I say you would have to just like keep up with the communication skills and just keep talking to them. You don't want to be that barber that has their earphones on and just cutting all day real quick and later is like...
I'll take this one, Marty. What he is saying is you need to be a bullshitter like him. Act fake. Smile and listen. Be exactly like Marty in all his videos.
The final one that nobody's ever talked about, and I feel like I need to freaking say it on camera, is mirrors. No one ever talks about mirrors, ever. Like, I've never heard anything about mirrors, and I personally need them. Now, when you're doing a low fade down low, right? I tend to guide myself off ears. So I'll guide myself off ears, making my first guideline, or off people's eyebrows, right? But the thing is, some people have like different shaped ears, or one's further up than the other one, and it just creates like some kind of confusion, right? If you go about that and you have no mirrors, you will get one side darker than the other one, or you'll get one side higher than the other one. It will happen. You need your mirrors to look straight into the mirror for it to be like symmetrical and equal. So yeah, so that leads us to the end of the video. If you...
Mirrors! Really? So he makes us watch that crap to tell us at the end to use our mirrors. If you're a barber, you will know this already. But it just shows how little he knows about barbering. I bet he couldn't think of anything to say for hours. He could have shared how to get in contact with a clipper company, or how did he make money from YouTube. Oh no, they would only be useful and helpful. He couldn't do that. Instead, he tells us to use our fucking mirrors. Thanks for nothing, Marty. But what I'm going to do is tell you to use code TOADLIQUOR for an insane discount on TPOBUSA.com. But be fast, my codes are limited. This will be the last month for this code, so please be fast. But don't worry, I will have news on a special offer soon. I really appreciate all your crazy comments and opinions, so please keep them coming. If you want to see more Marty videos or something else, tell me in the fucking comments now. Don't be some shy weirdo who doesn't comment. That's it from me, I'm back tomorrow. You have just watched Barber fucking News. I'm out. Peace.